Yeah, it's amazing.
Go Jesus.
Go Jesus.
Woo!
Woo!
So not everybody gets to see the fruit of the labor that happens during the love tours to the cities. And so in San Francisco, I encountered a gal that hadn't been out of her house in 9 months. And at the moment, that the first day that she had ever been out of her house in 9 months, because of some of the traumatic things she'd experienced, was just nothing short of a miracle. So when I came up on her, her really downcast, really like in her own little shell, her bubble, but she had a little puppy in her bag, her dog. So this is an icebreaker. I just was warming up to her, and God was revealing stuff about her, that she actually is a prayer warrior. So I just spoke that over to her when the time was right, into the conversation. And she said, yes, you're right, but I've been through so much. She started giving me her story, and I won't go into that just to give her privacy. But it worked out. She went to King's Banquet. We exchanged numbers, and then she followed up with me when she got back, because she had something else that happened to her that was quite devastating. So when she called me up, she asked for prayer. This was while I was already back in Minneapolis. And so she called me like twice a day. And we kept in contact, and I was seeing how God was walking her out of all this stuff, like suicidal thoughts and just a lot of fear. And so I just challenged her to volunteer and walk, because I was hearing some of the same stories. So I was wanting to challenge her to sow back into what God had already done in her life, to walk somebody else out of it. And it was so sweet. She just totally took the bull by the horns and just volunteered for a suicide helpline, a mental health hotline. And so she would call me when she would get something dispatched to her line, and it's where she types. And so I would be on the line while she would type. So I would be praying for her. She would be typing, and she got like one call. She started out slow, but then she started getting 3 calls a day, 4 calls a day. So every day that she had these calls, like she had 3 at one time, had me on the phone. We stayed on the phone for like 45 minutes, and she said none of them want to go through with it. And it would be like that, every day. None of them want to go through with it after I've typed. I'd hear her fingers just flying, as I was praying for her. And even though she laid the phone down, I was still praying for her. And she'd get back on the phone, just so touched by God that He'd use her that way. He would just use her that way. And she's like, I'm so thankful that He's walked me out of this, and that I get to do that for other people now. So that is the fruit of the labor that still is giving fruit. And we were praying against the spirit of suicide and releasing peace into that territory for God's kingdom, and it is still being released even now. And that's what blesses me over and over again. Every time I talk to her maybe once, twice a day, and it's still blessing me, So that's how good our God is.